changing my icons. That's always awesome. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Thursday. I'm a day off still. All right. Happy Thursday, everyone. Yeah, I'm. I have an interesting story, a very interesting story about my migraine. I am feeling way better. Yesterday was very hard, and the day before was very hard, but it's getting better. And I think it has a lot to do also with the storm heading out. But I am feeling loads better. I seen my neurologist. I saw my neurologist on Tuesday. I got some emergency meds, but CVS, my like the CVS that's like across the street from my house didn't have it. And it took them forever to figure out that there was one like in the next city that had next town over that had it, and they had to fill it in, and it took until like 7 last night. And I got this brand new emergency meds, and as soon as I took it, like within 15 minutes, I felt like I want to say me again, but not me. Just say that yesterday's headache was like at an 8 out of 10. And as soon as I took my emergency medicine, I was like at a 3. And I know for some people being at a 3, they're still not functioning. But for me, I can do a cartwheel and I can function. I always have some kind of headache, whether it's a sinus headache or a cluster headache or pressure. So me not having a headache actually freaks me out and scares me. Like I feel no joke. I might be like there might be something wrong with me where when I don't have a headache, I feel like I'm going to die. Like because it's so uncommon. So having some kind of a headache makes me feel like okay, I'm normal. It's okay. So but being at an 8 and a 8 to 10 is scary, but and it depends because I've been getting new symptoms with my migraines, which is a whole nother story. But I had an interesting talk with my neurologist. I've had him, I think he's been my doctor for almost 8 or 9 years. And he is like, I don't know what I would do if something happened to Dr. Babcock. He's an older gentleman too. He's in his late 80s. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have him. He is the most like whimsical doctor. I don't think he knows how funny he is. He's one of those people that are naturally funny, and you think that you just know that they don't know that they're funny. It's just a part of his natural personality, and he's just amazing. He's just an amazing person. Good morning. Yeah, so so last Friday we had some storms come in. I think if you guys watch So Crafty Liz on Sundays when she was sewing up, she was talking about storms coming in her area. We all kind of live towards more of the eastern side of the country, and definitely watch her because I think she's always sewing up some really cool stuff. What she's not just doing bags, she does like dresses, hoodies, and all that stuff. You can learn a great deal from her. And I love the fact that she mixes it up and you just never know what quite she's going to be cutting up or sewing up or whatever. So she was talking about the storms, and the storms rolled in Maryland on Friday. And so I knew a storm was going to come in. It's like if you have migraines and you're sensitive to the pressure in the air, um, If you are a person that's sensitive, or even if you have sinus pressure, it's not just migraine, because there's different kind of headaches. You can have cluster headaches, you can have like different kind of headaches. But some people are really, really sensitive to like the pressures in the air when they change. Just kind of like similar somebody that has arthritis, they can just feel the pressure. Like you, if you ever had a grandparent that's like, oh, my knee's going out, we're gonna have rain or something like that. People are like that on their heads. And I knew we had a storm coming, a big storm, like on Thursday, and I started to kind of nurse my headache. Then I told you guys, I believe that I could feel like a headache's coming on, and I was nursing it. I was drinking coffee. Usually, before I stop the whole, I'm not drinking like Coca-Cola or any sodas. Which, dude, I'm gonna have like a 1 year anniversary of Snow not having candy and soda. I'm super proud of myself for not having that. And I also am envious whenever I see someone. Lust is real. I'm just gonna let you guys know that. It doesn't take away the lust. I see someone having it, and that's another story. Anyways, so I felt it coming on, and I try to do different things. Like I stayed predominantly when I wasn't sewing. I try to stay in the dark room. I have different light settings in my room, and I have a special light setting for when I have migraines. I can work really relatively easy with just one light if I'm not cutting. Um, and I was trying to do that. Like I have the ring light is really, really low, so I don't stare dead into it. Um, so I try to do it, and then it kept getting progressively worse. On Monday, like I think you guys kind of probably, if you look back at my captain logs, you could probably start seeing like dark circles. And on Tuesday they were bad. I was like, oh my god, what am I going to do? So Wednesday came, and I saw my doctor, and I was like, this migraine is going to it's going to be bad. And he was like, I know. He's like the staff said that, hey, you know what, it's because of the pressure in the air. You'll be surprised. Nobody has canceled any of their appointments this week because of this. There's a lot of people that have sensitivity with that have migraines or cluster headaches, or whatever kind of headaches forms they have, and it's just the season. And they think that a lot more people are going to be triggered this season because we had such a chaotic winter, that they predict that there's going to be a lot more tropical storms, and there's going to be a lot more hurricanes and things along that line, um, because of this past winter. And I was like, yay. So here's where it gets interesting, kids. Stay with me. So, I take an emergency medicine. I'm going to say this name wrong. So, the nurses and the doctors and nurse practitioners and all that, just bear with me. I'm not a doctor, nor do I play one on TV. Okay. So, I take an emergency medicine called sumatriptan, and it's a very complicated, weird medication. It's like you could take one of them, and then if it doesn't work in 15 minutes, you could take another one, but you can't take more than 5 of them within a week. Yeah, you heard me right. You could take 2 if you're having an emergency headache, but you cannot take more than 5 within a week. It's an emergency med. Anyways, I have the hardest time with this medicine. I don't like taking it because it gives me acid reflux. And I never really brought this up to my doctor. I had this as an emergency medicine for like 4 years. And he's like, do you take it? And I'm like reluctantly saying yes and no, because it gets like stuck. And I didn't want to explain this to him because I thought it sounded childish, and like I didn't think it. Why would I explain like acid reflux or something to, or digestive problem, to my doctor? This is where I'm telling you guys, explain this to your dang doctor. Do not don't be embarrassed, and don't think that this is a digestive thing that you bring to your regular doctor. Whoever prescribes you the medicine, you need to bring this up to them, okay? Because I learned a valuable lesson this Wednesday that I could have solved like many years ago, many moons ago. So he was like, why don't you take it like when you had the headache? I was like, I do take it. It just feels like it's stuck. No matter how much water I drink or whatever, I feel like it just gets stuck. And he was like, okay, my friend. He was like, there's 4 ways of taking this medicine. I'm trying to say this with the clearest way. It's like, okay, there's 4 ways of taking this medicine. The way I took it, by pill. Then there's a spray. Then there is an injectable, and then there is powder. And I was like, okay. And he's like, the injectable, he's like, the insurances cover it if you cannot take the pill form, because it's, he's like, this particular pill, a lot of people have extreme digestive issues with it. He's like, why didn't you bring it up before? And I told him what I told you. I thought it was just like acid reflux or something, that with this pill, I've tried to take it with different drinks, like hot teas, like water, like just different things, and it just always feels like it gets stuck. I try to take it with food, just different times of the day, like it gets to the point where you don't want to take it as emergency medicine, because it may take away the edge of your headache, but now all of a sudden you feel like you have indigestion, you have acid reflux, and you're like, this does absolutely nothing to help me. It's creating a another it's creating another issue. So why should I take this medicine? So he's like, okay, so he's like, there's 3 ways we could do this. He's like, the nose spray is a single medicine that you just stick in your nose, and once you spray it, you throw away the spray. And I'm like, that's a waste of plastic. I hate wasting plastic like that, because our seas, pollution, global warming's real. He's like, injectables, I don't take any shots whatsoever. I can't. First of all, I don't like sticking myself. I'm not afraid of needles. I just don't like shots. I don't. Because when they first tried shots for my migraines, I would always hit something, and I would have like a huge bruise, and then and it doesn't work out for me. My mom and my sister are have blood clot conditions. So they generally don't try to do any kind of injectables with me, because even though I don't test positive for a factor 5, there's always a chance that something can go wrong, because blood clot conditions happen in my family. So I don't do any kind of injectables whatsoever. I thank God I'm not a diabetic, and they're not a diabetic, because I don't know what would happen. They're both on like strong medications, blood thinners, like all the different stuff, because they have serious. My sister has 2 filters, one in her leg and one in her chest. They have serious blood clot conditions, like serious. Like my youngest sister is always in and out of the hospital because of that. She had one of the biggest blood clots anyone's seen, and they studied her in Loma Linda University. When I'm saying blood clot conditions, I'm not talking about minor ones. I'm talking about major ones. So me and my siblings do no kind of injectables whatsoever. So I always get jealous of the people that can do injectables for preventative migraine medicine. I mean, that means I can't do Botox to the back of my neck, nothing, because of this hereditary disease, right? So he was like, powder. I'm like, so what do? You do it like the BC powder, put it on your tongue and take it back. For the people in the back that are young that don't know what BC powder is, it is like Tylenol and aspirin crushed up, and you put it literally in your mouth and you drink water. It is one of the most grossest things you taste, but it like immediately takes away the pain. It has some kind of like caffeine in it, so it works really fast. If you're not allergic to an NSAID, then it works great. But again, because my family has a history with blood clots, I have to stay away from Motrin, aspirin, or anything that can thin your blood. So I can't have any of those things. He was like, no, you take the powder and you sniff it. And I was like, booger sugar? Coke, the Cokes, the canes? And he fell out. He was like, no, it's one of the fastest ways. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I was like, I'll take the nose spray. And then I came home and I did research, and I showed my husband. He was like, oh, hell no. And I found out I went in a weird rabbit hole of migraine medicines, and this is legit. This is 4 ways of you taking it. The powder does get to your bloodstream. That is the fastest way for the powder. The absolutely fastest way for the medicine to get to your migraine, the fastest, is the powder. I had no idea. I never looked into any medicines. I usually have to bat away all the medicines, because even though I don't have the factor 5, even though I'm even though there's nothing, I don't have diabetes, I don't have any medical issues, I don't have hypertension, I don't have anything wrong with me. I just have a huge family history. So normally people don't want to touch me with a 10-foot pole because they're afraid, what if, because I have immediate family that do have history. My mom has cardiomyopathy, she has a pacemaker. She's probably watching this and saying, Shinova, why are you putting all my business out there? I love you, mommy. Um, so she has all these things. I have no issues. I have none, but my mom and my sister do. So they don't want to usually give me anything because you write down everything near you, and they're like, "Damn, Gina, you got like your mom has cardiomyopathy, both your mom and your sister has blood clot conditions, whatever." But he was like, "Okay, so the powder you sniff and it goes the fastest." I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not. And then I went on to the Reddit forum because I was like, he has to be joking. And Reddit was like, nah, dude, this is it. It's the fastest way to get rid of a migraine. I'm like, what? So yeah, I was on Reddit forums all day yesterday in the dark, and he was laughing. He was like, "Let me see your." He's again, he is a older gentleman with like a Gen Z soul. He's like, "Let me see your phone." He's like, "Shnova, I can't even see your screen." He's like, "You have like a bad headache." It's on the lowest setting possible. I thought it was bright, but like it is beyond dark mode because my head hurts. And so I'm trying the nose spray. I did it yesterday, and I feel like a 3. And if it starts hurting again, I can take another one. But it was just, I wanted to share that experience with you. And I was like, hey, so what can I do in situations like this when the storm comes? He's like, hold on, let me call the man upstairs. He is just a funny person. He gave me some alternative things I can do. He says I'm doing everything right, dark room, ice pack, all that stuff. So yeah, and he was just being a really just a really good guy and helping me out. And he said if it gets to the point where I feel like it's an 8 or a 10, 9 or 10, he said a lot of people want to tough it out. He's like, if it's after hours, go to the emergency room. He's like, they can keep you hydrated, especially if you're nauseous or you're getting sick. He's like, do not become, I can hold it out a champ. He's like, this is what the emergency room is for, because you can be having something more than a migraine and you have no idea. And they're doing more and more studies on migraines all the time. So, um, I know I have a lot of you reached out to me after with some of Captain's Log, and you're like, I have migraines too. Thank you for talking about them. You're not alone. And, um, just talk to other people about it. You're not alone, and it is something that can affect your everyday. I'm behind on so much work because of this stupid migraine, and it hurts still. Like I said, I have a 3, and like my whole jaw and my temple and my head it feels like it's gonna pop. I'm waiting for my eyeballs to pop out any minute now. But you're not alone, and just know that there's options. Make sure that you have a neurologist that is friendly, that's knowledgeable, and that's willing to talk to you. If you don't be afraid to get a second opinion. There's nothing wrong with getting a second opinion. And also talk to your insurance if you have it. Your insurance can pull up different data, and this is a very interesting fact that I did not know until recently when my husband was looking for a primary doctor. Your insurance can pull up doctors in your area, right? Based off your insurance, but they also can pull up the most popular doctor from that people picked in your area with your insurance. That's a very interesting thing because if like let's say there's like 20 doctors that take your insurance, but like all let's say out of 100 people that have insurance, 95% of them go to this doctor, there might be a reason why. It might be because that doctor has good bedside manner, that's compassionate, that wants to listen. And also try to find people that know each other. Like my doctor knows my primary care, he knows my psychiatrist and my therapist. So my psychiatrist and my neurologist know each other, so they know not to cross other medications. So they work with each other, and like my anti-anxiety medicine also doubles down as an anti-preventative for headache medicine. So like be open, be honest, and there's no stigma. If you are having anxiety or depression, don't be afraid to say anything. There's nothing to be embarrassed about it. I'm really quite open about it because what is there to be ashamed of? I feel like everybody has it in some way or shape or form. And make sure your doctors know about each other because you might be able to be put on medicine for your anxiety or depression that can help curb headaches. I'm just saying. And my mom, I blame my mom. My mom has migraines, and I think she gave them to me. Hi, mom. But like, my dad doesn't get them. So, hi, mom. so, so, yeah. Oh no, no worries. It's just they're just headaches. They're part of life. I'm still living, I'm still thriving. I don't have there's worse scenarios than me, but just talk about it. It's just what it is. Oh my God. I okay, so Lefty 112. I was just looking at somebody that had some kind of mapping with the vestibular migraines. Like I forgot what it was called. Like they were able to light up their brain during a migraine. That stuff is there's so much technology going on right now with migraines. It's crazy. Oh, there's so much there's a lot of testing going on right now. Yeah. Okay, so when I hate when my sinuses flare up at the same time as a migraine. That I literally want to ram my head into a wall to render myself unconscious. Like like no joke. I'm like, if I do this, maybe if I'm unconscious, it'll be fine. Like you'd be surprised. Like going into certain forums, like and talking to other people that have it, you realize that it's not just a you thing. Like you just like I just if I can fall asleep, maybe I could sleep off this stupid headache. Good morning. So yeah, you just have to just talk to other people. You'll be very surprised how many people actually have some kind of migraines, headache, cluster pressure headaches, and it's crazy. Like I was talking to the person that was sitting in the same room as me waiting for the other neurologist. She was talking about how her pressure headaches feel like someone has a rubber band around. She doesn't have migraines, but she was just saying like it's a constant like someone has like a rope and they're constantly pulling it tighter and tighter. And I was like, damn. And she's like, it's hard for her to sleep because no matter which way she goes, it's like constant pain. And it's just, it's different talking to other people that are sympathetic that have that because it's like, it's a hidden disease. You can't really see what someone else is going through, you know? Oh, thank you. But it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool. My dog, my neurologist makes it better. Like he makes it better, and he really does try to figure it out. But I was just really when he broke down how these medicines, how they go, I was like, "What are you playing?" Because he always is playing. And I'm like, "You're playing, right?" You know, he was like, "No, I'm dead serious." And I was like, so I still thought he was playing because he's really funny and he's kind of sarcastic like me. So I was like, he has to be messing with me. So I did go home and I started looking it up. I was like, the Mayo Clinic says he's right. John Hopkins says he's right. Okay. What? So I showed my husband. He was like, what? I was like, I don't know. I don't even know. And then like they showed like different cost points. Like the nasal, I thought my nasal medicine was going to be this as expensive more than my pill, and it isn't. But it's the plastic waste is like disturbing me, and I know that shouldn't bug me and just be happy. Yay! It took away the edge, but I can't not stop thinking about that. So I'm trying to figure out how I can recycle them. So I'm gonna call the pharmacist when I'm done here. Like, is there a way I can recycle these? Because they're a lot of plastic. It's just for one spray. It's not like you know how like you get your Afrin or your Flonase and you're just spraying it. And it's like a bottle for 30 days. These are individual sprays, one singular spray, not even for one spray in each nose. There's just one singular. And I'm just like, how can I recycle these? I don't. So that's I will be calling the pharmacist and asking about that because that's all I've been thinking about last night. I literally went to bed. Before I went to bed, I was like, I need to know how to recycle these. And they're so bulky versus just having a medicine thing that you stick in your cabinet. It's like the boxes they came in for. I'm like, I guess underneath the capsing cabinet you go. But yeah, so there's that. But to yesterday, Jackson Lowe came yesterday, and if you're not familiar, I am running a contest, and the contest ends on Monday. So please, if you haven't already, if you scroll all the way to the top, the contest is in my That's So Nova group. All you have to do is download the free pattern from Jackson Lowe and do the pattern. It's very free. It's French seams. I had done a video for it. Do it, post it in the group, and you have a chance of winning one of these cuties. This one is the nickel clips, the Rolls Gold, the gold. I haven't bought the gold one. Yeah, the gold. I kind of want the gold color one now because again, bright colors pop out of my room. It's the colors that I use a lot, like antique, silver, and all that stuff like that, that merge. And the new ones, the black nickel. 3 people are going to win this. I'm going to draw a random name on Tuesday, and there's going to be a first, second, and third. The first place person is going to also get this nice pouch that I made, and it'll be filled with one of these and some goodies. And then I'm going to mail them out immediately. So all you have to do to enter is to make a pouch, take a picture, put it in my group, and then turn around and put it in the Jackson Lowe group. All the information is in that link that I sent, and that's all you have to do to enter. Nothing crazy, not like invite 5 friends, say hello in all of your posts. I'm not going to do all that. Yeah, I think this is the coolest pouch though, because like, again, I have some people like, no binding, just French seams. And I know somebody was like, oh, you can't do vinyl. I did vinyl. And maybe it's because it's the DeBoss, it's very soft. It's not a very rigid. I also like if you have Hungry Hippies vinyl, like her Moon vinyl, I think this would be really pretty because it's so soft and so pliable. So there's no interfacing, so you can have a ton of options. And if you have like webbing, small portions that you just haven't got rid of, these are a good webbing buster. I think it'll be really great also for for events, like if you're doing a bazaar or if you're going to be doing any kind of selling area, like any selling anything um like just anything, like if you're doing wine in the woods or different things around your area where they like exhibit like small businesses, this can be very friendly. And you can sell them with the idea of like, oh, you can nest them with the smaller one, or you can make them customizable. Like, hey, you can put these for your, your essential oils, or you can pack your stuff in here for when you're on your flight, and when you're not using them, they can store very easily flat. They're not going to be in your way. So I like that idea. And I do like the fact that they are collapsible, because that means you can like jam to the max. When things just have too much interfacing or stability, they don't expand. So when they're more squishy, they expand more. Oh no. Well, if your printer broke this morning, don't worry. There's no pattern pieces. There's no pattern pieces. They're all just like they're written out like measurements. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I love the pouch shoe. Yeah, none of the pattern pieces are printable. They're all just written instructions on page 2. That's a one plus about that. So you don't have to waste paper. You can look on your tablet and or can go from there, or look on your phone and go from there. So that's the OnePlus. I'm so sorry about your printer. You know how I feel about printers. I'm trying not to say anything because I've had this printer for a year and it's actually working. It's working. I low key love this printer. Maybe because I picked it out and not Kindle. So, like, um, yeah, check it out. It's a free pattern too. And I I okay, so look, I didn't know. So she when she packed this, and remember also if you don't win, you can use That's So Nova 10 until May 31st to get 10% off of the clips. So she packed this and this is her and her puppy, and her puppy's name is Jax and her name is Laura, and so that's where her name comes from. And I was like, oh no, you know how I feel about puppies. So I love that. I didn't know. So if you make it and you do have an Instagram, share it on the Instagram and tag her, because this is how we support small businesses. It is a free pattern, but if you share it, somebody else might see it in their algorithm and want to make it, and then they see the clips and they want to buy it. This is how we support small businesses. By one picture, you might get somebody else that wants to buy the clips, and that's what we want to do, right? So, oh yeah. You order your clips and extra. Yeah, again, she she has the her version of friction pins. If she has them, grab them, because every time I try to go get them, they're sold out. And I heard really good things about them, and I haven't tried them, but somebody told me to get them because they're not like the friction pin that I have. Like if you watch my videos, I'll use green. I usually use a green or a pink one in the video so you can see, but you'll see me like scratching with the ruler up and down. They said that you don't have to do that as much. So, um, I don't know. That drives me nuts. And they'll be brand new friction pins too. And I'm like, you order clips, yeah. I ordered last time 100 of the rose gold. And I ordered gunmetal. I never ordered the gold though, and I kind of want to get the gold because again, like look at my room. That's going to stand out in this room. When you look at my room, gunmetal is not going to stand out, and silver is not going to stand out. I usually have to, or I order clips that stand out, so if I place them somewhere, it will pop out. That will be my only thing that I would tell you with these clips, because I use around my room, I have like antique. So like you'll see like antique pieces. And as you can clearly see, even me putting on prints, that's my laptop, prints, it kind of starts blurry into everything. So pick a color that will pop out, because that will be easier for you to find your clips. Hey, Io. Hey, Lisa. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Also, if you guys are going to be in the, I just want to throw this out here real quick. If you're in the retreat with Lauren with me towards the end of this month, make sure you guys bring your bias binding and print out your um, mini E and tiny kata if you want to have it tangibly in your hand when we're going to the retreat, and or bring your tablet. So, I'll be reading mines. If you guys ever see me in retreat, I always have a physical copy because I'm the highlighter queen. I highlight the ever loving heck out of all my stuff. So yeah, so today I'm going to be sewing up the candy bag. I cut it out the day before yesterday, but I couldn't sew yesterday because of my headache. And I'm going to be meeting with Patreon to go over some modifications for this bag, or going over some, like just going over the back so that way that they can see, especially the exterior, because on this particular pattern there's not an anatomy, which is fine. So I want them to see where the anatomy is so that they can, when they cut it out, they can be like, oh yeah, this, right? So going over the anatomy of the bag, and that's all I'm going to be doing today. Oh yeah, and taking my daughter to go get her eyes checked. I think she needs glasses, and she says she wants Harry Potter style glasses, so I'm here for it. Yeah, it blends with my hair. That's what I'm telling you. Have to pick color. For me, the best advice I can give you is pick colors that don't blend in. Because I look, you can't even tell. Like, okay, so I have Prince, right? But look, I have BB-8. I have a poison apple that's full of lotion. But like, you have to. I have a Niffler. There's so many things in my room. If you start like circling things that are different in a room, you'll be like, holy, Genova has a lot of weird stuff in her room. So you have to pick clips that are unusual, or I'll just walk right past it and be like, I don't know where my clips are. So the gold ones, I know the rose gold ones are the ones I usually pick. I might pick a pack of 100 um, gold ones because it just will be first you'll see them in the camera real easily, as well as it'll be easy for me to recognize. Gold's not my favorite color, but it'll be easier for me to recognize. Rose gold is definitely not my favorite color, but it's easy for me to recognize. Let's see. All right, guys. Well, I'm about to hop off. I hope everyone has a tremendous day. And if you guys need me, you know how to get in contact with me, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.